Classic LEGO remakes are all the rage these days, and I'd say generally they've been pretty successful. But there's something extremely special here about the Indiana Jones Temple of the Golden Idol. Since it had been years since I'd seen any Indiana Jones movies, the set was pretty low on my priority list. When I did eventually cave though, I found a set that not only managed to capture all the charm of the original 2008 kit, but also exceeded my expectations in about every other way too. So hey, let's take a closer look. $77015 Temple of the Golden Idol is a reimagining of one of the first Indiana Jones sets, 7623 Temple Escape. The original set is one of the largest Indiana Jones sets in terms of sheer size, clocking in at 21 inches wide, only falling behind the Flying Wing's impressive 23-inch wingspan. It makes efficient use of its relatively modest 554 pieces to create an action-packed playset filled with memorable moments from the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Dodge various booby traps, avoid the collapsing temple once you remove that idol, and outrun the massive Duplo ball that apparently has been included in 46 sets in 7 colors? The light bluish gray is exclusive to this set though. The 2023 remake follows the same linear approach and at 20 inches wide takes up slightly less horizontal space, but with nearly 3 times the piece count of the original is incredibly more detailed and solid than that 2008 set. When building this for the first time, I was pretty shocked to find just how playable this new set was, maintaining most all the functionality of the first Temple Escape, yet somehow improving the already brilliant 2008 designs. All the new functions are easily controlled and reset with these lovely printed skull knobs. The whip swing rotates at a fixed angle to get the jump right every time. The sliding door is much more easy to manipulate with the single knob and locks perfectly in place on the top. The idol trap is particularly extravagant, sinking into the pedestal, lighting the scene from above, and on top of it all, the carved face on the wall falls inward. The highlight here though is the boulder, which is beautifully geared to spin as it runs down the slope. It's one thing to see this in a video, but I sure hope you all get the opportunity to try this and all the other mechanisms for yourself at some point. They are so incredibly satisfying to mess around and play with. As you would expect from a modern 18+ set, the new model is beautifully detailed. It's clearly made for adults and is a more challenging build than the simpler, straightforward 2008 model. Somehow though, this new version is even more fun to play with than the old one. The functions are just so much easier to work with than the old set and are far more dynamic. The thing I generally hate about the whole 18+ line at LEGO is how boring those sets are. They're generally just display pieces. Yet this set remembers that LEGO is, well, a toy. This set is just so much more than the regular licensed collectibles we tend to get, and wow, I'm seriously impressed. No comparison would be complete without looking at the minifigures though. Each set comes with 4 figures, starting with Indy himself. The 2008 figure was great for its time and holds up really well. Here, side by side with the 2023 version, you can clearly see the shift in LEGO's art style over the years to make a more comic approach with thicker lines and slightly less detail. While I don't think the new hair-hat combo in 2023 is perfect, that hair is just a bit too thick, it's still an improvement, and it's also able to conceal an alternate face, which is great to see. Both versions of Satipo are quite similar, but the new version also features a few upgrades. For starters, there's a new hairpiece, going from the 2001 Harry Potter hair to black 2001 Ron Weasley hair, which I find a rather fun detail. The figure also has a fun print on his back and a new alternate face print too. If the 2008 face looks familiar, that's because it's shown up in all sorts of generic licensed figures over the years, from as early as 2006 to as late as 2013. Belloc didn't change too much over the years either. The 2008 figure uses the rather creepy smirking face print introduced with Draco Malfoy in 2007's Hogwarts Castle. The most major change, of course, is the switch from dark tan to regular tan. The pistol and helmet remain the same, and without the coverage on the back of the head, the 2023 Belloc does not get an alternate face. The last 2 figures are a bit ridiculous to compare, I suppose, but we'll put them side by side anyway. The 2008 set is the only Indiana Jones set to feature Jock, the escape pilot for Indy. Interestingly enough, he was the only figure in that set to have printing on his back, which makes him rather special. The 2023 set gives us our first Jovito's warrior instead, which is a really neat figure. He also features a double-sided head. I was surprised to find that, at least from the outside, the idol included in both sets is practically identical. Apparently there's some internal changes that Bricklink documents, but hey, for the most part, I guess don't fix what ain't broken. Somehow, LEGO took one of the most well-loved Indiana Jones sets and made it even better. Everything has been improved in a significant and meaningful way. It's a set that has grown up alongside fans of the original 2008 model. It's even more fun than the first iteration and yet looks so much better, and fans across the world are undoubtedly proudly displaying this on their shelves. Cheesy Studios is a channel that often revisits and reminisces on the magic that LEGO sets used to have. But the company here finally strikes a perfect balance, bringing us a beautiful toy worthy of displaying anywhere, yet still great for letting your kids play with for hours of fun. Heck, I could spin these knobs for hours myself. I have no idea why I doubted this set so much, but this was easily the biggest surprise of the year for me, and my favorite set of the year so far. The set got me to rewatch the Indiana Jones trilogy again, and I can't believe I forgot how enjoyable those movies actually were. All this because my boss would not shut up about the boulder mechanism, and here I eventually caved in, and holy cow was he right. So thanks Vinny for helping me see the light. I've had a lot of fun with this one. To me, this is very much a return to form for LEGO, and I hope to see more sets like this in the future. But that's all I've got for this time. Have yourself a fantastic life, and I'll see you in the next one.